It's a big pancake. Oh, dude.
In the last video, we opened up the front of the Bicentennial Barn and installed a new structural beam. In this video, we're going to continue with that. That beam is going to hold another beam, which is the ridge beam of the new entrance. So first we get it framed out, we get the side walls, which are relatively simple, then the front wall is a little more complicated. So what we're going for here in the architectural section, we need two columns in red, which are formed out of multiple 2x6s vertical. We need another beam in blue, which is two LVLs sandwiched together between two 2x4s. Then on top of that, there's going to be another little beam in green, which is four 2x6s fastened together, and that is what is going to hold the ridge beam, which is in purple. That runs the entire length of the ridge, so our cathedral ceiling will be opened up. There is no truss here. It's just a ridge beam supporting the rafters and eventually the entire roof. So we need to get that in there so we can finish off this new entrance. So everything we do, it is very important to get it exactly the way the structural engineer specified it, because this project's weird and those inspectors want to kick my ass. So yeah, we get to his drawings, approved structural engineer drawings, it says 2 trimmer studs, and then the drawing refers us to a jam schedule and a header schedule. So we, based on our opening, it's an 8 foot wide, 3 2x6 jam studs, and it tells us a 4x12 for the header. We actually overkilled it and put the multiple layers of LVL. I okayed it with the structural engineer. He's cool with overkilling things. So that's how we know we're getting everything exactly right.
One eternity later.
It's a big pancake. Oh, dude. Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Next, we need to assemble our ridge beam. Again, it's LVLs fastened together with heavy 5/8 carriage bolts, because my engineer loves 5/8 bolts on this project. In this case, we need to build it on the ground, and then we'll lift it into place with the lull, so we can measure and place the bolts with the exact 1 foot on center requirements from the engineering drawings. After the carriage bolts are hammered in and tightened down, we need to go through and cut off the protruding ends of the bolts to make it look good. So our ridge beam is ready to go. We need something on each end to hold it now. We saw in the assembly of the front wall in the architectural section, which holds the front of the ridge beam, but on the barn side we need to put on a heavy-duty joist hanger.
I'm feeling a bit of performance anxiety.
Fuck up, yeah. Oh. Oh.
now lift the ridge beam into place with the lull. Making fine adjustments, we can get the end towards the building resting in the joist hanger. Once that end is secure, we get the beam dead level before measuring the last little column that will hold the front of the ridge beam. Once the ridge beam is in place and secure, we move on to the rafters. We can't fit our boom lift in there with the walls all built, but we get a solution.
Here we go. All right, here we are. Up on a shipping crate attached to a lull, some 20-something feet in the air. But hey, you know, I'm strapped in. I've got a roofer's harness, so we're cool. We're OSHA frickin' approved, approximately, you know. And we're putting these dudes on, my joist hangers. So Will's in there building the joist. We got 2 on there. So we're gonna build like 10 more on each side. And hopefully we'll get the roof done tonight.
Each side wall gets a double top plate of 2x4, and then the notch in the joists is measured so they fit exactly between the ridge beam and the top plates.
How's it looking? Looking pretty good.
Looking pretty professional, I think is the word right there.
That's pro. That's a pro job.
Probably better than most pros.
Yeah.
Probably better than the guy who was gonna do it would have done. All right, so we got the bump out entrance completely framed, you know, more or less. We've got all the joists in, we've got it all cut out and trimmed out. We got the fascia boards on, you know, with minimal cursing the last 2 days. Things were kind of going better. The next thing we need to do is get zip board on the top because it's gonna rain tonight. It's like 90% chance. So we don't want the gravel to get soaked in the entrance. So we're gonna try and rush through it and get all the zip board on for the end of the day. Zip tape on the roof of our bump out entrance so the water cannot get through. No, basically just give it some good pressure. It's pressure activated. I've never used this stuff before, but I've been told and read that it's pressure activated, so you gotta roll it real hard.
All told, we got the entrance to the Bicentennial Barn all framed out and got the roof dried in with zip sheathing. We are now ready for both a framing and a slab inspection before we can move on to insulating and putting on the siding. Now, this is going to be a major hurdle because it will kill us if we have to redo any of this. But we were very careful the whole time to make sure it's exactly like the approved structural engineering drawings. So we're feeling confident. And at this point, we're also really starting to push on the main barn. I'm totally exhausted, but it's a good kind of exhausted. So anyway, hit that notification bell and I will have more content for you on this monster project coming out very soon. Peace.